Elliott, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now Elliott. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Ready up.
Mark, 59, Mark. Check, 59. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Kill.
Hey, lock it.
Switch.
Pilot, 64, reach.
Check out, read. Check
Smooth.
Check 50.
Rock it. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Leo. We grip.
A first down carry for Smith. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Jump. 6-3. 218. Jump. Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hayes. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, echo. Snap.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch the screen.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Bravo.
Check. 59.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hayes. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He'll drop to throw.
So much about offense is what you call it.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Say, 80 weapon. No.
Now a carry for Portis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47.
I got him.
Protein spill. Slam.
A run with Portis. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Let's go.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
47.
Looking to throw on second down. Ball. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Ball. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see.
That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
61, matchbox lights.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Let's go. Check, nickel.
22 jet bomber.
Check.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Look at me. Door.
2nd and 9 now. Flushed out right. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1.
Let's go now. 8, read. Box truck.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's Portis. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, ball. This one complete to Jordan Reed. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run it here with Portis. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go again. Now.
Operating from the gun. Ball. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back. Wide. Get wide.
Look. Squeeze. Ready?
They'll run it now with Smith. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
I got you, son.
Big grip.
They'll set up a throw. His throw incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop the throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And this will be taken at the 13. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Here 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running right, Portis. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run on 3rd down with Portis. And an alley to run. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Deuce.
Protein spill.
Check 31.
But up.
Second half begins with a run by Smith. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
80 weapons.
Rush in. Patch it. Switch.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards of boot so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Quit talking about it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
To throw on 2nd down. Ball. They set up the screen to Portis. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that. That's why they were able to get to him on it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Hey, lock it. Bud.
Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll go right back to the ground with Portis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Ball. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for two. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 28-yard line.
Check, 59. Hey, here we go. He's crashing. He's checking.
Second and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
Rock it. No.
On third down, Smith. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They hand it off to Portis. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Here comes the ball.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 11.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On the give, here's Portis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Tavon Austin on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily...
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Watch the twins. Watch out.
They'll toss it to Smith. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just out. On the run, it's Smith. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, exit.
2nd and 14. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Off play action. Ball. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. He sets to fire. He's got a man. Complete. 20. 10. Touchdown. Washington. Paul Richardson. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see today. The rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
On the ready.
Check, 59, 59.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
They'll set up to throw. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
Hey, dude.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike's at 59.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, here I come. Ready.
From the gun, ball. Into a double. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play?
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. They've got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A first throw for the backup Griffin. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun. Ball. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Redskins now going to use the first of their three.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey.
Off the play fake. Ball. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
Because I'm about to take you to school. On the ball.
To throw again. Ball. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Haskins, third and long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Here we go.
So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Washington, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.